and welcome to Small Business Saturday Shout Out. I'm your host, Alicia Couri, and I'm so excited for our show today because I have an amazing guest. But before I bring her on, I do want to share with you what Small Business Saturday Shout Out, the community is all about, what this show is all about, and why you're here today. So Small Business Saturday Shout Out is a community on Facebook of small business owners, whether you're brick and mortar, whether you are a coach, a speaker, an author, if you have a virtual business, if you provide digital content. It's a place for us to get to know one another in the business, to network with each other. If you do B2B, B2C, to get some information and just become this community of small business owners, entrepreneurs that can help and support one another. The pandemic has hit a lot of small businesses pretty hard. And in fact, I believe I got a statistic today that 44% of small businesses actually went out of business during 2020. So anything that we can do to support one another, that's what this community is about. So I invite you to join. It's facebook.com/groups/small business Saturday shout out. This is the right one. It's going across the bottom. So it's facebook.com/groups/small business Saturday shout out. Oops. So you can join the Audacious Confidence group too, if you're looking for some more confidence boosting, but that's the link I had going across before. So come on over, join our Small Business Saturday Shout Out group. We have some amazing things planned for us as small business owners this year. Of course, number one, we have these Saturday shows that you can come on, talk about your business, what you do, who your audience is, how you serve your clients. And that way, that is now becomes a marketing tool for you in your business, this interview, because then you can take that interview and break it up into small sound bites and put it on LinkedIn, put it on your social media, use the copy, put it in a blog. You can start repurposing this interview into your marketing plans as a small business. And then we also have on Saturdays, we're going to be doing shout outs. So if you come on and you're watching live, you can put your name. Let me tell you what you got to do. You got to write your name, your business name, your location in the comments, and I will give your business a verbal shout out and put your comment up on the screen during the show. And that way you're getting a little shout out for your business. And then we are also adding this year 30-second commercials. So if you want like a little clip, we can when we go between the segments, we can play your 30-second clip, or we can have you come on for 30 seconds and talk about your business. So we have different ways on a Saturday for you to shout out your business, to get some exposure, get some marketing assets for your business. This is what this show is about. And then in the community, we're going to do quarterly networking events where we'll get on Zoom and we'll all start meeting each other. And also we're going to do master classes. So if you're a B2B business and you offer solutions, let's say you're a marketing business or PR firm, or you have you're a coach and you want to help people understand their mindset to go to the next level in their business, we're going to do master classes but that will only be in the Facebook group, that you can come and join our masterclass and learn more about how to up-level your small business. Our first masterclass is on Wednesday, the 3rd of February at 6 p.m. And I haven't even posted this in the group yet, so you're the first ones to hear it. Wednesday at 6 p.m., I'm going to have Matthew Yays talk about how do you get a support staff for your business? How do you hire a VA or a business manager for your business that's not going to cost you an arm and a leg? So he's going to come and talk to us about hiring support staff for your business, because a lot of us are solopreneurs out there and we're trying to do everything ourselves and you just can't. You're going to need support. So he's coming on to help you understand how to hire support staff for your business so that you're not there trying to do everything and what your business does. So that's going to be our first masterclass on February 3rd at 6 p.m. So come on and join the group, because it's only going to be in that Facebook group that we're doing that masterclass. So, Small Business Saturday shout out. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, hi YouTube. Please subscribe to the channel. If you're watching us live on YouTube right now, thank you so much for joining. And we love our YouTube audience. And I have a few people that I'm going to shout out right now, because Catherine Orho, I hope I said that right. She says, hello, Robbie. Thank you for the invite to this event. She's on YouTube. Shirley says, Destiny Speaks, Speakers Bureau. She's in Chicago, Illinois. Woohoo! So if you are in the Chicago area and you want to know about speaking, then contact Shirley Hogsett. She is with Destiny Speaks. And Di Carter. Hi, Di. Yay. Thank you for joining us, Di. Di says she's super excited. So I want to now bring up my amazing, amazing guest. So let me tell you a little bit about my guest, Miss Robbie Motter. So to empower and inspire women, she is a mentor and to educate women so they can become successful entrepreneurs. They have 14 networks, and many of them are on Zoom, so members can join from all over the country and anywhere in the United States. Their passion is for helping women soar. So Robbie's passion over 29 years has been to help women succeed. She's also a certified national speaker, a coach, author, radio show host, writer, and she spent over 25 years in corporate America in top positions in New York and DC before becoming an entrepreneur. Her mantra is, well, she has two. One is, it's all about showing up. Absolutely. And I heard her talk about that. And the second one is, the power is in the asking, which is the topic of her newly published book. So I am so super excited to welcome to the show Miss Robbie Motter. Yay!
I'm so happy to be here and honored. And I'm sorry we had some difficulties this morning. I think my carrier is out. That's the problem.
Oh, yes. We had some tech issues. We had it all beautifully laid out. Everything was was ready to go. And then she had like a power surge and everything died. And so now she's on her cell phone. Nothing stops, right? We don't stop the show. Nothing stops. Robbie is she's here. She's ready. And I'm so impressed with this woman. If you are on Facebook in the group, can you please put your name so that when you make a comment, we know who you are, because Facebook, for privacy reasons, doesn't allow you to show your name. So thank you. Anyway, so I'm so impressed with Robbie, and I'm super excited that she's here. We just came from the Woman of Achievement pageant where she was a speaker, and her book just launched on Friday to Amazon #1 bestseller. Yay! So first of all, Robbie, you are the founder of GSFE, Global Society of Female Entrepreneurs. So tell me a little bit about GSFE.
GSFE is a 501c3 nonprofit. And the passion, as you said, is to empower, mentor, inspire, educate, and connect women of all ages in all professions to soar to greater heights and to connect them with other women that they need to meet. And we have monthly meetings, we have live meetings, and we have Zoom meetings. So members can join from wherever they are in the US and in the world. Our membership is only $50 a year. We bring in dynamic speakers And actually on the show, on the meetings, you also have a chance to tell us who you are, what you do, and what you need, because we're all about coming together to help each other. There is no competition. Together we can do so much more.
Absolutely. And that's the title of your new book, The Power is in the Asking.
No, the book is called It's All About Showing Up and the Powers in the Asking, and features 46 co-authors, all GSFE members, telling their story of how they showed up or asked and how it changed their life.
That is excellent. I want to say hi to Dr. Nefertina. She's joining us. Hi. She said, super excited to see you. Maureen. Hi, Maureen from New York. Thank you for joining us. Dr. Nefertina. Also, she is the Married CEO, Covenant Rescue 911 in Philadelphia. So why did you start GSFE in the first place? What was that?
Well, I spent 29 years as the global coordinator for NAFE, the National Association for Female Entrepreneurs. And I decided that we really needed a nonprofit because we do conferences and we do things, and it's much easier if you are a nonprofit to get grants and to get in-kind donations. So in April of 2017, I started the GSFE, and we used it for those couple years just to do the events. But then in April this year, I decided to actually bring in the networks I founded and have them be part of it. And since then, we've just been growing like crazy.
That is wonderful. The whole reason for starting it is to help female entrepreneurs succeed.
Absolutely. And the bottom line is nobody is paid on the board. All the money goes back to help the women.
So is it just for networking, or how does GSFE help female entrepreneurs use their business?
Number one, we look at different areas that they need training in. So we bring in people that have that expertise to do that training. And we do that on Zoom so that they can join us from everywhere. Most of the time it's free if they're a member. And we bring in a lot of experts. You know, a lot of people want to know more about social media. And when Zoom started, a lot of people didn't even know what the word meant. So we did trainings on Zoom. And now we have this StreamYard that you told me about. We need to do some training there. It's just really to help our members have the knowledge they need to move them to the next level. And in this book with 46 co-authors, 75% of the authors had never written a book before. So we help them achieve that goal as well. And then now they can say that they are a best-selling author.
Great. Di Carter says, thank you for all you do for us female entrepreneurs. We really appreciate it. Thank you. Absolutely. You know, you said something earlier, it's not about competition. Do you see, or have you seen a lot of competition within women in business? And is this why you wanted to create this no competition, just support kind of system for us?
Well, back in the 70s, when I was working in corporate America, I saw women were not helping women. In fact, I remember one incident where I asked this woman if she would teach me something. And she looked me straight in the eye and said, I will not teach you or any woman. And from that day forward, I said, whatever I'd learned, I'd spend the rest of my life sharing it with women. So when I hear an opportunity, I immediately look at who do I know that could also benefit from this opportunity, and I share it with them.
You absolutely do, because I did talk to you about StreamYard, and that was at dinner, and the next morning when we saw each other at breakfast, you were like, oh, I've told everybody in my network about StreamYard and Hopin. That is so true.
Well, because sometimes they don't get the opportunity to hear about something. So and a lot of times I say, you may know this, but if you don't, here's an opportunity. And especially a lot of times to get awards, because women don't do things. We do things from our heart. But you know what? It's kind of nice once in a while to get an award, to know that others appreciate what you do. So I hear of a lot of places for awards, and I'm always nominating. I probably do over 200 nominations a year for different things for
Wow.
my.
And if you're just joining us, I am Alicia Couri. This is Small Business Saturday Shout Out, and we're talking to Robbie Motter. And if you see her holding her phone, it's because we had a catastrophic a little incident, tech incident earlier with her computer, and everything shut down where she is. And so she is, we did not stop the show. She is here with us, sharing her knowledge and her wisdom. With us about her organization, which is Global Society of Female Entrepreneurs, GSFE. And so I wanted to ask you, how has COVID changed GSFE, and what can women expect moving forward in 2021?
Well, we were meeting live, and so we ended up having to put all of our networks on Zoom, which actually was a great thing, because by doing it on Zoom, we were able to open up our membership to women across the country as well as international. So that was a plus. And we, up until last month, we were able to have 3 of our meetings still live, but then we got closed down again in California. So everything right now is still Zoom, but it also made us realize that even when all of our networks go back in when it's over, we still will keep 3 Zoom meetings a month. Also, I think women need to learn more about being on Zoom meetings and other opportunities that are available to be online. A lot of people still kind of squeamish about it. They like the live better. But you know what? The future's going to be get on
Video. Yeah, I remember at the beginning of the pandemic when things were shutting down, I did quite a few interviews and webinars on how to get on camera, how to get on Zoom, because people were like, they were so afraid to get on camera and get on Zoom. So there needed to be some etiquette training on how to do it and do it right. And it's still happening. People are still a little bit.
They need to continue to learn everything they can, because this is going to be the future. I think more brick and mortars are not going to have as much space as they had before. They're going to allow people to work at home.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I think this is going to be the future.
Absolutely. And you just, Di was also concurring with us. She said the future is social media and Zoom. Absolutely. So you got to get on it and get comfortable with it, whether you like it or not. And I always say that it's not about you. So if you're self-conscious on camera, if you don't like the way you look or the way you sound on camera, just, understand that it's absolutely 100% not about you. It's about the message. It's about who you're impacting. It's about your audience, your clients. And when you take away that, when you take that away from it, your ego away from it, then you're able to serve at a higher level, because you're realizing that, it really is not about me. Who cares?
I absolutely agree with you. It's just come from your heart and share the knowledge that you have. That's what people want.
Right.
Don't try to be somebody you're not. Just be who you truly are.
And especially as women. So this, I think this is probably Dr. Nefertina again. It says GSFE, Global Society of Female Entrepreneurs, is an awesome network of amazing women supporting women. One thing I was going to say about that is, as women, we are very self-conscious. A lot of us are. I won't say all of us, but a lot of us are self-conscious. And so we start looking at ourselves through the lens of this critical eye. And you cannot continue to criticize yourself and serve at the same time. It just doesn't work that way. Because if you keep looking at yourself and how you look and, oh my gosh, why do I do that with my face and all those crazy things, then you're not paying attention to the message. And so that's what's most important when you're on camera, is paying attention to the message versus, what you're looking like on camera. Of course, you want to make sure you're always putting your best foot forward, but don't get up in your head about how you're looking to other people, because they don't see what you see.
Absolutely. But I do believe there is also some etiquette on Zoom. I've seen some people sitting in their bed. I think,
Yes.
you know, I think they're, you know, you just have to be dressed from the top, but I don't think sitting in the bed is a good.
Oh, Robbie, I just shared a picture of me sitting in the bed at the hotel room doing a Zoom meeting. I just shared a picture on social media. The Di who is here actually took of me while I was sitting on the bed doing a quick Zoom meeting. But there is Zoom etiquette for business. Yes, absolutely. And we need to be dressed and be looking into the camera, not looking at yourself. And so there are some things you need to learn. Make sure that you have a solid or steady background, that people aren't moving about back and forth. Good lighting. You know, there are all these things that you need to pay attention to when you're doing business over a Zoom call, a Zoom meeting. So moving forward in 2021, what other things do you have planned for GSFE that the women can be can look forward to?
Well, we want to do. We were really excited yesterday, and it was fun to launch the book, which is on Amazon. It's all about showing up, the powers in the asking. We would like to continue to do those books. Like book 2 would be, we're working on women that would like to be in our book 2. We want to use our members because we want it to be like a benefit for members that would like to be in the book. And each member gets to submit 2,500 words and their photo and their contact information. Because I believe every one of the stories with those in the first book, the 46 stories are amazing, where each person shared their story and there's no two alike. And I've been on a mission for so many years to get women to know the power of it, about showing up and asking. So I believe these books and these stories will continue to make women understand the power behind both of those. That's my passion.
Yes. And Catherine was just saying that Robbie has done so many marvelous things helping women with GSFE. And now with this awesome book, I'm so glad she encouraged me to write for the book. It's all about showing up and the power of the ask. You know, so many people don't put themselves out there enough. Women too, you know, we don't put ourselves out there enough. And we're so amazing and marvelous and great at what we do. So giving them an opportunity in this book, which is also why I have these Saturday shout outs, is to give them an opportunity to come on camera, talk about their business, share their passion, share what they do and how they're helping people. You know, it's getting them to step outside of their comfort zone and do something. And then they begin to see the impact that can have. So it's wonderful.
Well, I think a lot of times when they're doing their 30-second commercial, which everybody does, they think that everybody automatically knows what they want and need, and they don't. So I'm always telling women, wherever you are, where you have an opportunity to do your 30-second, at the end add, and how you can help me is, and then ask.
Yes. What is the ask? So Dia says, I'd love to be part of the second book. And the power of showing up and asking. Absolutely. So when you do your 30-second commercial, always at the end, have an ask. How can people support you? What do you need for your business? It's really important that is how people know how to support you. If you don't tell them, they're not going to know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, you know, it was really hard for me to ask because I'm a giver. I'm always helping. But until one day somebody said to me, Robbie, you get so much pleasure of helping, don't you? And I said, absolutely. It just fills my heart. And they said, well, why don't you let us have that same pleasure?
Zing.
You know, so when you come from that avenue, it's okay to ask.
It is okay to ask. Absolutely. And I did post this the other day and I saw that you liked it and you said, yes, absolutely. It's reciprocity. It's how things flow. if you don't allow other people to give to you or give into you, then you stop that flow of their blessing, because they, things have to come back to them. And if they can't give, how can they receive? So you have to also allow yourself to receive so that they can give to you. So it's all a cycle, giving and receiving.
Absolutely. And
So
then you got to stand back, because once you do that ask, it's amazing how fast it comes back to you of what you wanted.
wonderful. That's so true. So many women, and because I'm talking about women, because GSFE is for women. It's an organization for women. Are the nurturers. If they have children, they're the ones always giving and giving and giving to the family and everything else, and serving everywhere else and everyone else. So it can be difficult when they have to turn around and ask and then receive. It can be very challenging, and that's a mindset shift that we need to make in order to be able to ask for what we need. Because first of all, you don't even think, you're always trying to do it all yourself anyway, which is why when we have our expert coming in next week, Wednesday, to talk about getting help, you guys should be there. Find out how you can get help to support your business, because you're trying to do it all on your own. So it's hard to ask someone for help. And also be willing to invest. If you're asking for help, sometimes you might need to invest in that help. Invest in another woman's business to help you. Don't always think that everything's going to come to you for free either. I just wanted to say that.
Absolutely. I agree with you.
Yeah, be willing to invest in her so that she can invest back into you, or someone else will come and invest in you. Because if you're always sitting there waiting for free stuff to come to you, and you're not also giving by investing in someone else, you're also stopping that flow. So you have to be willing to invest in someone else, invest in their expertise, invest in what they're doing, and don't always think, even if you ask, that it's going to come to you for free. So putting that out there too. Dr. Nefertina says, great information, Alicia, Couri. We forget as givers that we can receive. When we extend our hands to give, we are also in a position to receive. Absolutely. Thank you, Dr. Nefertina. And be willing to invest. Yeah, because that's how we make each other grow too, right? Robbie, we have to allow each other to grow.
Absolutely. And I think another thing is to get somebody that's like your accountability partner, to make sure that, sometimes we're so busy pushing others that we don't push ourselves. So having somebody be an accountability partner behind you to push you to do the things that you need to do for yourself as well.
So I want you guys to connect with Robbie. She is phenomenal. Can I say your age?
Yes.
She is 84 years old, young, 84 years young, not slowing down. In fact, she drove from California to Phoenix in her own car, on her own, to be a judge at this pageant, and drove back by herself. She is just such a phenomenal woman. I can only hope, I believe, to be as vital and as giving and still moving and doing all the things that Miss Robbie Motter is doing when I am in my 80s as well. I'm looking forward to that. But to get in touch with her and to become a member of GSFE, you can text her. Her number is going across the screen, 951-255-9200, or email rmotter@aol.com. So you can get in touch with her so that you can find out more about membership. You can, just get to know this amazing woman. So text her, don't call, text her first. Anything else that you would like to share with the women as we close, Robbie?
I just want to share that step out of your comfort zone and do some of those things that you've been wanting to do but scared to do. Because sometimes we make ourselves worry about something, and then when we do it, we say, why did I ever worry about it? It wasn't as difficult as I thought. And key thing, everybody's got a book in them. They should write their own book or be part of a book. It's just really exciting. I mean, we had an exciting day yesterday, and I'd like to encourage people to go on Amazon and buy our book. It's all about showing up and the powers in the asking. Like I said, we made #1 bestseller US, and we're working on hopefully getting it to #1 bestseller international.
Yes, amazing. Let me just read some of these comments because there was something else I wanted to say. I just put them on the screen, but I'll read them out. So Shirley said, it's a great reminder to be willing to invest when we ask. Thank you, Shirley. It is. And then, oops, it skipped over. Robbie, you love hats. A Facebook user said that you love hats. It's amazing. Dr. Nefertina says, wow, accountability partner or partners. Sometimes you need more than one. I absolutely agree with that. Robbie, you're a true leader and an amazing human being. Thanks for sharing your wisdom, Shirley says. And Dr. Nefertina Serrano says, yes, Robbie Motter, step outside of your comfort zone. I do a show with my daughter from time to time called Two Sides to a Coin. And we did this show about legacy and what legacy means. And I'll just tell you this story because I never liked to have my picture taken. I really didn't like having my photo. I hated the way I looked. I had very low self-esteem. I didn't like how I looked in pictures. So I would hide from the camera. A lot of my life, I hid from the camera and I hated pictures until I started going to, there was a time when I was going to a few funerals of young women. They were in their 40s and 50s, and they were moms. They were the givers. They were doing everything for everyone because everyone who spoke about them talked about that, oh, they would do everything for everyone else. And they had probably 3 to 5 photos of these women, that were cycling over and over again. And I'm like, why don't they have more pictures of themselves? And I realized they were probably the ones taking the pictures of the family. They're the ones doing everything. So they weren't always taking photos, or they were like me, hating their photo taken. And it was then I realized, what are you leaving for your children or for people to remember you by? Because your photo isn't for you. It's for those who are watching it. And so that's when I made the decision to start taking more pictures of myself. And then social media blew up and I started doing stuff on social media so I can leave a legacy for my children, because they don't hear me talk to you guys about all this stuff, but it's recorded and they can always go back and look at it. And my grandchildren can go back and look at it. So when you think about, I hate looking at myself, or I don't like taking pictures, or I don't like, speaking on camera, it's what are you leaving behind? Writing a book, writing your story, writing your memoir, whatever it is that's inside of you that needs to come out, writing that down leaves a legacy for others to know you better. Because your children know you as their mom, but they don't know you as a woman, as a business owner. They don't know other facets of you. So when they grow up, they can read about it. They can know how awesome you were. So step outside of yourself, write it down, get on video, talk about things that are important to you. Do you have any comment about that, Robbie?
Oh, that's absolutely true. I totally believe with that. I have 3 children, and they're not always available to see all the things that I do. But also the interesting thing with our book, one of the places we made it #1 in many category, but one was in the young teens and 13 to 18.
Wow.
The #1. So that to me are our leaders tomorrow. So that is great that we can make an impact there.
That is phenomenal. Well, thank you so much, Robbie, for giving us of your wisdom and your time today. And sorry the whole tech thing happened, but I wanted to make sure I had you on to talk about GSFE. It is a really important organization for women. Again, membership is only $50. It's not a crazy membership. And you have so many resources once you join the organization. They have a newsletter. What else do they get joining?
Well, we have the training, we have the meetings, and actually, once they're a member, they can go on any of our Zooms. So every one of our Zoom meetings has different people. So it's a way of meeting different people. They just pay the meeting fee of $10 and RSVP to the director. That's all it takes. And
you can be a
then
part of it.
say who they are and what they do on every one of them. So it's a great way of expanding and networking without leaving their house.
And as a small business owner, you need exposure. That's one of the things you need most of in your business, is to get more networking and more exposure. So this is an opportunity to get more exposure with other professionals. Thank you so much, Robbie. Mwah, 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 mwah. I love you.
And thank you, Alicia, for being one of our members. I love it. And Di and Dr. Nepatina, all of my members. I love it. And Catherine, all online. You guys are awesome. And you'll be able to share your wisdom with our members as well.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys. So thank you so much for joining us today. Let me just share with you one more time how you can get in touch with Robbie. You can text 951-255-9200 or email rmotter, MOTTER, at AOL.com. And if you want to get in touch with me, you can always find me on HTTPS. I don't have it listed, but Alicia360.com. You can go to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/C/Alicia Couri. And don't forget to be a part of this Small Business Saturday shout out group. We're on facebook.com/groups/Small Business Saturday shout out. So I'm looking forward to getting some more members in that group so that we can totally rock 2021 and get your message out, get you more exposure, and also get some more experts to share their expertise in the group. So Carolina says she's interested. So Carola, that's my friend Carola. Hi, Carola. Carola, get a hold of Robbie Motter and and join the GSFE, because it's a global society of women. Excellent time spent. Love you lots. Thank you very much for joining us. So on this Saturday shout out, this is Alicia Couri saying thank you so much for joining us, and come on over and join our group. And we'll see you next Saturday with another guest at 3 p.m. Eastern time. If you want to be a guest, give me a shout out and I'll put you on the show. All right. Come to the group and let me know, I want to be on a guest. Raise your hand to be a guest, and we'll send all the information out to you. So again, Small Business Saturday shout out on Facebook. Come be a part of the community, and you can be on this show. Thank you, everyone. Have the rest of the weekend. Have the best rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Thank you. Bye now.